Hello everyone and welcome back to Valorant Challenges Oceania. My name is Atlas and today we have iPGN versus the Koopa Troopas. This is going to be a pretty interesting game. Both of these are some very strong squads. iPGN, 1-1 I believe so far. It's alongside, I think Koopa Troopas might be as well. Both of these teams definitely strong on paper, so it'll be interesting to see them go against each other today. Apologies for the late start. I did accidentally have to restart the stream because some Wi-Fi settings changed, but we are getting straight into things. So I believe Sunset is the first map, which we have just loaded into. It is Koopa Troopas map pick, and it is iPGN here, starting on the defense. We'll see what they have to do. Let's take a look at the comps. We have a Raze Breach Omen Cypher Gecko for iPGN, so pretty standard stuff, single controller, it's pretty normal. Whereas on the other side of things, it's very similar, just swapping out the Gecko for the Fade. So all around, very, very close between these two teams as far as comps go. So at the end of the day, it'll just be who can play their particular sides better. So now as we go into things, it's going to be fast presence towards A main.
Back to me.
So we see slowly Koopa Troopas creep up. Prowler declare into elbow here as, well, the defenders are going to quickly be falling back here. Main feeling the pressure that's coming towards his site. Has the paranoia to try and hold this push back, but I mean, it's Koopa Troopas just barreling onto the site as Chax is pushing all the way out towards the defender spawn here. Paranoia in hand, but maybe just not quite expecting a player to be so pushed up. Chax is looking to take first contact here. Brock's found one. Does get traded as Chax round the corner, doesn't clear it. Main picks up the kills. Now it's back down to a 3v3. Art here is going to fall. Taken down by Main as Dasani is the last one on site. Has a flash. Did choose to take it out as now the satchel forces him out into the open and Main converts the kill. Great stuff from iPGN. Converting that pistol retake. As the first round, the pistol will go towards iPGN. Good stuff there, and honestly a great satchel coming out from Logic just to try and push Dasani out into the open, forcing him to take that fight. And good stuff from Main to pick those kills up. So now they go into their anti-eco, picking up some Spectres, a Bulldog. Main just choosing to stay with the Ghost. It's all good. It's fairly common to see one or two players stay on those pistols these days. Try and keep the economy strong. So we're seeing, once again, early pressure here. Over towards the A site. It's just the pistols here. So what can Koopa Troopas do? They've grabbed an orb. It's a good start. Since they did not win that pistol round, they want to be slowly creeping up towards those ults. Now we see Brock slowly creeping around the corner, but V just off the contact of that Cypher camera picks up a free one. Now Lou running onto the site, quickly cleaning up here. And it's all down to these last two players. What can they do? Art and Dasani. It's a 2v5, and again, they don't have these... They're not favored here, right? They lost the pistol round, so they're only bringing in these sidearms into this round, so they're going to be quickly cleaned up here as Alu and Main will grab these last few kills. It's flawless anti-eco here. So moving forward into their bonus round, it's going to be a decent spotting of weaponry. Of course, they didn't invest too heavily, but with that being said, just opting with those Spectres does allow them to really bolster their economy if they do end up doing alright here. If they do manage to convert this bonus, they will have money for days. So we'll have to look to Koopa Troopas to see what they can do against this. Now with full rifles on the board, attacking on Sunset. You'd hope that this is where they are favored.
I got you.
This round, nothing towards the A site. So that Dizzy's not going to spot anyone. You can see Alucard here just spamming for that common Cypher camera placement. There is none this round. It's just a slow default towards the B site and maybe some towards mid. Chax is just satcheling in, but straight into B, and he'll be taken down, and Brock can only get one in reply and make that two. And Noise found one at mid as well. So suddenly, this is looking okay. Bomb's gonna get planted. Baloo creeping forward. He's found Brock. Not holding the right angle. Now Dizzy over the top. Won't reveal anymore.
There's my buddy.
He's got this utility just to re-clear the space. The wingman clearing out the front of the site. So he should know that there is players towards this main area. He would be right in the mosh pit. Will hold them back as well. Dizzy now online once again. Pushed. But unfortunately will not be able to convert this kill as Art removes him from the round. It's all down to Sangri. Only has the Sheriff in this round, but it's a good headshot to convert this 1v2. Art's low, and now he's got a Spectre. Tap onto the spike, but Art will convert this 1v1. A close one for Koopa Troopers, but it will be converted. Good stuff from the team just to hold on to that round. Like I said, it's an important one as well. You don't want to be losing to that bonus, otherwise iPGN was going to be looking really good on the money side of things. And I mean, of course, it was a good round from iPGN. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that. Taking out 4 weapons out of the hands of Koopa Troopers, making sure their economy is in check. Of course, because of that, Koopa Troopers don't come out on top this round. It's going to be dangerous territory for them. Looking down the barrel of an eco round. But I'm sure Koopa Troopers are going to want to continue this momentum forward from that round. Chax just satchel him forward into elbow. Does get traded by Logic. Now on a 4v4. Koopa Troopers fall back and reconsider this hit. So what can they do?
Shadows traveling.
Now taking this B main space. It is just Sangri here, and he's going to fall on site. So now this is an open area that they can take. They should be able to get this bomb down fairly easily. A tap into the spike, and now the Neural Theft revealing these positions. He is in a lot of danger here, but he has managed to hold on. 2 kills going his way, but eventually traded by Neuer. It's all up to Alucard here. Gecko for iPGN. It's 1v2. Both players close. And he spotted the back of Art, but the TP away will bring him to safety. And Art, realizing that that player was close, does manage to convert once again. 2-2 for Koopa Troopers now. So good stuff for them to stay in here. As this is kind of what you want to this is what you want to be seeing from Koopa Troopers here. This is their map pick. And of course, you expect picking into Sunset that they have a good game plan. It's been working out for them so far. The default managing to give them these easy site takes, more or less. This round, Sangri once again the solo defender of the B site. The camera will spot him out, and there's lots of players here. I'm sure they'd love to take this fight, and they do. Straight to him, Dasani, removing him from the round. It's a free site. Is Shax once again flying forward, both satchels. He's gone straight into Boba. Now a Prowler to just clear some spaces. Well, now Koopa Troopers should know that there was very little resistance here, so it was a stack on the other side of the map. Maybe the alarm bell's ringing that, hey, there might be someone behind us. And Dasani is watching for it. Now with that smoke, he should have seen that. Yeah, now definitely. They should be aware that there could be a flank. Shax has found one over towards the market area, so this should be relatively safe here, and maybe now iPGN just looking to fall to the spike. Not give over those ult orbs here. As I say that though, V has fallen to Shax, who's speaked all the way out and gotten 4. Great shots coming out from Shax. That's what we want to see here. Duelist for Koopa Troopers really showing up. And of course, these are just some eco frags. So, you know, nothing too special. But, you know, even in the ecos, you want to make sure that your star player is performing. Those are some clean kills to get towards that showstopper, which he does have online here. So some big ults starting to come on. We've got the Nightfall, showstopper, and From the Shadows on the side of Koopa Troopers. There's the Rolling Thunder and that Thrash. Oh, and Logic, that B main aggression just not going his way. He's gonna leave Fee and Alucard here on the site. Gonna be taking first contact if they choose to commit to this. And that Nightfall It's definitely signaling that they want to be going in towards B, but actually, it's a fake. They're not pushing off the back of it. They're running all the way over to the A site. There is a small amount of Cypher utility here, and the pings are coming out. And surely iPGN should know that they've heard nothing on B, and now they're starting to hear that utility. Shax, though, it's too late. He's gotten the site for free. And that bomb should be going down, but Main just swinging out from CT. Does manage to collect one for his team. Keeping iPGN in this, but he peeks forward right into a paranoia. The Thrash does reward Main with another free kill here. Now Neuer and Art looking to push forward potentially. Alucard here and Main. He's gotten one for free.
One enemy
Fully
remaining.
flashed up. Main's gotten
Down
3.
A.
All of a sudden, it's all down to Dasani once again. Knows where these players are. Knows where they were. But does he think that Main might have repositioned? Yeah, that off angle. It's going to be too much for Dasani. 4 kills on the round for Main. Single-handedly holding down that A site. And Main has had a great start to this map. 10 kills to his name, and, well, it's twice anyone else has in this lobby. So yeah, really good stuff so far. So now, the money is a little bit more shaky on the side of Koopa Troopers. You can see Art having to buy down to a Bulldog. Of course, that still should be more or less okay. They can probably make that work here. As we see iPGN taking some early B main space, but then immediately leaving the site. Choosing to regroup here. He could be running into a lot of players from Koopa Troopers. Chax just peeking forward. He knows the Cypher Trip's here. Now he breaks it. And this showstopper right into spawn. Won't connect, but that's some damage dealt. Logic in return, though, will end up taking down Brock and a second as well. Chax out of the round. This has gone terribly wrong for the Koopa Troopers.
You did good.
They have found their way on towards the A site, though. So that spike will go down at least, but there's so many players here ready to retake this. The first doesn't go their way, but now the Bulldog. That's 2 for Art. Taken out, though. Traded by Fee. And the spike now down in the open. It's all down to Dasani. 1v2. Third one that he's had a chance at this game so far, and he knows where these players are. They know that they are holding him. And some utility as well to
30 seconds
potentially
left.
play for this. He's picked up the spike, but now the double swing. Really well played from iPGN to take back this lead. Not giving Dasani any chances. All of these clutches denied every single time. Koopa Troopers. Now they're falling down to an eco. Now this is their chance to maybe talk about what's gone wrong. It's an eco round, so maybe you can just use it to try and figure out where in the world are these players playing. Had a good read after those pistol rounds, but now with 2 in response, what can the Koopa Troopers do? It's just super slow gameplay here. Just waiting, seeing if anyone's going to push into them. Shax here with this Hera rifle. Of course, it's been great so far. He's going to be the tip of the spear for Koopa Troopers. But how do they set him up here? Of course, there's really just pistols for the rest of the team, so Chax can't find that impact. You have to question for Koopa Troopers, what's the plan? He's just going to be slowly pushing up mid once again. Chax maybe considering that he might be able to crouch under that. And it's baited out a swing from Sangri. Wasn't Chax that triggered the tripwire, but he does end up converting that kill. That's the Cypher removed from the round. No more of those pesky trips. No more of that passive info for the team of iPGN. Now Chax is going in towards the site. Satchel on top of the box. Going in towards the site. Main is the only player here once again. Will they end up rewarding themselves with kills? No. Just 1 for 1. Art. Good with the trade, even if it's just the Sheriff. Position is known and that aim is sharp enough, and Chax pushing forward into the defender spawn. Picking up all these kills as L is the only one left. That's 2 though. But eventually traded by Dasani. The pseudo thrifty round end up going the way of Koopa Troopers. Really, really well played from Chax.
Here.
Getting all these kills and Art as well. Like I said, even if it is just sheriffs can deal some damage, so. And of course at this level, these players all have super sharp aim. So you should expect that if there is only that one player defending the site, if they're out in the open with nowhere to escape, even if it is sheriffs, you should expect them to go 1 for 1, maybe 1 for 2 at most.
Cover.
Really good fundamentals on display, making sure that they can get those trades. So this is an interesting one. iPGN on their eco round now, just choosing to play some aggro towards mid, and they haven't cleared logic. Brock's going to be the first to fall. Dasani ends up trading, but now pushing down mid. The rest of the team of iPGN hasn't rewarded them with much. Down to a 3v4, but some rifles here to collect. There's another Vandal on the floor if they want to pick it up. So yeah, Main. He's gotten one, and he's going to go forward. He's going to see if he can fill the space, and he hasn't found anyone, so the rotates are being called towards the A site, and Main could be a real thorn in their side, but choosing to invest from the shadows just to try and defend the site, try to get here before the hit comes out. And they have arrived in good time, peeking out of the smoke, picking the time in, but it's unlucky. Dasani takes them out. So now Art should be getting the spike down. Sangri do. Noya holding him. Cypher versus Cypher, and Noya just better weaponry. Ends up winning that fight. Now Art over the top. We'll bring Koopa Troopas back into this. And we keep on going round for round here. Both of these teams showing that they're here to play today. And here on Sunset, Koopa Troopas map pick. They pull ahead just by a little bit once again. So what more can these guys do? Even though Main's been so good on these tight anchors, he can't do it alone. He needs the rest of his team to be there with him. Once again, we're seeing just a slow default towards mid. This time the other part of the default will be towards A main. It's a stack of players here.
Bring them down.
But not really too much presence shown from the defender side. Maybe looking for a proactive reclear off the back of all of this utility sent their way. You can see Logic. He wants to fight. He wants to swing out. And off that breach flash, he will. But it's straight into the waiting arms of Brock. Immediately gets that headshot. Speed now. Okay. 1 for 1. Traded by Dasani, who's just swinging straight into that mosh pit. That's a decision. Alright. Alu gets one for free since, I mean, I guess Dasani may be thinking he can convert that kill, but just a little bit whiffy on it and cooking in the mosh pit. Suddenly this is very, very doable for iPGN. Numbers advantage secured. And with this push out mid by Main, they should know that these players are corralled. But Main looks like he's about to get cleared. It's a half clearance, but Brock, just that better weaponry once again, will reward him with the kill. And now the From the Shadows will bring him all the way over to the other side of the map. Art's going to get that bomb down. Even with such low time, he's got the weaponry, he's got the aim. So we could make this work. And on the other side of the map, Brock, he's looking for this late backstab. Sangri and Alucard looking to get this retake going fast. Get into that spike. So now we see the first tap going to come out. It's going to be Wingman going on this defuse. So Brock's got to speed this up, especially with Art falling like that. 3 on the round now for Brock. It's not going to go his way. Alucard just winning that 1v1 fight. Bringing his team back up to 5 kills. 5 rounds, sorry. Not 5 kills. Just a few more than 5 kills, I'd say. As, yeah, I mean, it's a close round. So now we're seeing a timeout called from iPGN. Coach Hash maybe spotting something that might give iPGN that advantage in this last 2 rounds of this half. And 2 rounds can be a big difference here. Could be the difference between winning, going to an overtime, or losing. So anything that they can do here, just to pull ahead a little bit. It's going to be greatly appreciated by the team, I'm sure. As, oh, okay, someone has disconnected, so I'm thinking we might get a tech pause in just a second after this timeout. So, yeah, we might be going to a pause. I'll make sure you guys keep updated. This timeout ends, and I don't think Fee is back. So yeah, it's gonna be a tech pause for now.
There.
I will just swap over to our starting soon screen. But we will be
There.
right back. I'll keep you guys updated, and once Fee is back in the lobby, we will be getting straight back into things. Don't go anywhere.
There.
Alright, we're back. The
There.
timer has started once again. We are back into things. No problems at all.
I'll find you.
Going now into this round. Gonna be a fast hit towards the A site. Nightfall is invested. Chax once again is gonna be running in. He knows where a player is. A great aftershock just to hold this pushback just for a little while. As this Cypher Sangri is stuck in the corner. Chax wants it. Brock will be the one to convert though. Now, the Rolling Thunder is gonna send Chax barreling into the defender spawn. Picking up Fee. And he wants more. Now the Thrash to hold them back just for a little while. Won't connect onto anyone. This is time that is really spent here on this retake. And the numbers just aren't going their way either. So the call is to save. Alucard and Logic unable to make a good go at that retake. So off the back of that timeout, maybe a little bit unlucky. Just all those ults sent their way. A great change of pace from the Koopa Troopers. They're playing so slowly throughout so many of these rounds. Just maybe did not expect that sort of pace. It definitely rewards the Koopa Troopers. They should get themselves up to 6, guaranteeing at least an even half going into their defense. Of course, one more round left in this. Could still go either way.
Spend those creds before we lose them.
So now if we look back towards the spy. 2 stingers out for iPGN, so it's not the strongest buy. Guardian as well. As for Koopa Troopers, I'm sure they'll be wanting to take this to an advantage. There's gonna be Chax sending in the showstopper. Some bullets going his way, so he knows that there's someone here. His Alucard is gonna eat some damage. Taken down to half HP. Sangri, okay. Chax just winning out with the stronger weaponry. Taken down to low HP. But, now the rest of his team should be joining him here. Noise found the mid-lurk. Now with that neural theft, positions known on these retakers, they don't have to worry about the flank anymore. Chax just wants to fight forward. Another one doing his way. Fee falling. Now it's all down to Logic. The showstopper popped, but there's 5 players. Dasani not having any of it. A flawless round to cap off the half.
Switching sides.
It's really good stuff from iPGN. They won the pistol. They got back into things, but Just really weren't able to close that half out.
Here.
Whereas for Koopa Troopers, this is their map pick. And they're showing why they did choose into it. Coming out on top on their attacker half, 7-5. Now they move to defense. We'll see what they can do with the fade, of course, being the only difference between these two comps. Just that one single initiator, possibly making all the difference here. An early skirmish towards mid, and Koopa Troopers come out on top. Shax and Brock holding that high-low. It is not broken, and all the kills go their way. Leaving Songri and Main in this 1v2. Main's picked one up. Okay, so that's a good start, but Shax staying strong in this. What can Main do? Nothing. The counterpart Omen takes them down. Pistol round will end up going the way of the Koopa Troopers, bringing them up to 8 here. So even though maybe on paper iPGN are the stronger team, they are definitely the highest seed coming in from Split 1, whereas Koopa Troopers, they had to go through relegation. Here on map pick of Koopa Troopers, they are looking strong. They are looking to take this lead forward, I imagine, now in this anti-eco. These guns online should be expected to win this. Haven't seen too many shenanigans just yet today. Plenty of time still for them to come. It's iPGN. They're just creeping up mid here. And the only player, even close really, who could fight against this is Brock. Great C's just feeling that there's someone close, and the spray through the smoke, completely blind, takes Elo out. A great reveal. Logic, not the one that ended up getting caught, but he is the one that bites the bullet. It's now Fee's position. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Prowler going his way. Shax is hunting from behind. It's all down to Main, and well, he spotted one. Gotten one free. That'll let him onto this B side. Upgrade to a Bulldog, but yeah, Brock, what a round. Not having any of it. Get your eco frags.
I feel the strain.
Now going into this bonus, 3 Bulldogs. You can deal some damage. I imagine they will be doing just that. Koopa Troopers staying on top of things. Dasani as well, because he only had a pistol in that round. I believe he only had a sheriff. He's able to buy up to a guardian and still have enough to buy next round.
I will rip the light from them.
This is looking promising from Koopa Troopers.
Cover going out.
It's the side of iPGN. Starting slow, just like Koopa Troopers did. But not really showing anything, just waiting. Maybe predicting that Koopa Troopers might push into them, but Koopa Troopers happy to just hold their positions, happy to not give anything away. But now a proactive reclear won't end up going the way of the Koopa Troopers. Fee might have been stunned up, I'm not even sure, but manages to take Shax out of the round, so it's a big danger factor, just removed. So now they're choosing to react and go towards that B site. It's only the one player here, Art, having so much to do. It would be a massive hold if he could. He should see that wingman, but he's choosing to ignore it. Not revealing his position just yet, but that camera will do just that. Forcing him out into the open is Logic. Converts on that kill. So now in this 5v3, iPGN looking primed to make sure that this bonus doesn't go the way of Koopa Troopers. Make sure it's not converted, but what a great reveal from Brock. He spams them both down through the wall.
Last player standing.
It's all down to him. He'd have to get all 5 to win this round. So much to do. And he's made a good effort of it, but not enough as Songri finishes off that round, but you're seeing that Brock knows what he's doing on this fade. What a reveal to get 2 kills. Spamming through that wall. And that'll also give Brock the Nightfall, so it's a big bit of utility to use in this round if they choose to. This is the first gun round as well. Of course, winning the pistol and the bonus does tend to gives you that ult advantage as far as the ult economy goes. It's the only other side of things. Main, the only player on iPGN even really close to it.
Bring them down.
This round, some defensive aggression down mid. Main definitely is going to be feeling some of this pressure, but do they know that they're going so far down? Dasani only
Spike
able to get
down
one.
mid.
And iPGN, the default holding strong. They're ready for art though. Second layer. They are. V removing him from the round. 3 players pushing down tiles and 3 players falling. This has not gone how Koopa Troopers would have expected, I imagine. And they invested the Nightfall as well just to try and trap those players in A main. But they were so ready for it. Stationed up in mid. You can see, even off the back of that, it's a 5v2. And still they creep forward, denying this information. And it's all going to be down to Brock. He's just going to swing into them, and that's someone caught with utility in hand, but the kill's just not going their way. Brock is now stuck on site. Not allowed to retreat behind the generator, but he has managed to find his way there. But he won't be able to stay alive much longer. As V takes him out. It's all
Spike
down to
planted.
Neuer. 1v4. I've seen Neuer do some pretty crazy things before, but it's a little bit too much. He's going to get 4 in the round. 7-9 now. That's a gun round converted for iPGN. Making sure that the defensive round, the defensive half of Koopa Troopers doesn't escape too far away. And of course, this is a Sunset where, I mean, often does tend to lean towards the attacker side. I mean, a lot of the newer maps did, when they come out, do tend to start off being attacker-sided, but I mean, Sunset's been around for a while now, so we'll have to see. With both these teams playing a double initiator, no surprises if they're doing better on the attacker side, able to set up those executes just a little bit better. In this round, once again, just holding towards mid, making sure no one's pushing out of A or B. iPGN very happy to play slow here. Whereas for Koopa Troopers, just in general this half, played much more aggressively on their defense than iPGN did. However, if we're looking to Songri here, he's creeped all the way up elbow for free. There's only the one player here to defend this. It's Dasani. Brock is behind him. Dasani's taking fast contact. Bolt line in response to try and hold these players back. But look at all this utility just to try and get a kill. The nade and the mosh pit. Dasani's gotten one though. So 1 for 1. It's Dasani peeking forward once again.
30 seconds left.
Now things stabilize for a while. This bomb pump will go down as now we wait for the retake. The guns really aren't there for the side of Koopa Troopers.
Monster on
They are still making it work though, and Dasani with the aftershock taking down the ultimate user of Alu. And suddenly it's all down to main. This is not where you expected to find yourself. A 1v2 despite the weapons. And somehow, some way, Koopa Troopers have managed to convert this thrifty round.
Thrifty.
The ultimate's denied and the players fall from iPGN. Koopa Troopers getting straight back into things. Even with this low buy, I mean, some crazy stuff there from Dasani. Clean shot and then the aftershock as soon as Alu pops that ultimate. Dasani just knows he's behind that generator. He pops the aftershock and, well, there's nothing Alucard can do. Nothing but fall to it.
Here. Here.
Now looking to change up the pace for iPGN. Logic satcheling forward. Rewarded with a kill onto Neuer. That's the Cypher setup also removed, so they don't need to worry about that anymore. So Hungry's gotten one at mid. Just working up tiles. It's a great start once again, but we've seen iPGN have these great starts, but can they convert now? Spike is planted. It's how do Koopa Troopers approach this retake? Seeing Dasani just clear towards this front of site and should know that they're mostly towards main. Rock, however, clear in mid. Will end up falling to Songri and, well, 2 players now re-clear in mid
Last
for
player
iPGN.
standing.
This is a very, very unlikely round for Art. This should be looking to be a flawless round. I don't think Art's got any time to try and make a go at this 1v5. So the players are now creeping him down as iPGN want to make sure that he doesn't have a gun going into the next round. There's, well, a nice little cheeky one for Art, but Songri, 3 on the round. Great luck from the Cypher player. Gonna try and keep this close, especially off the back of that thrifty round. iPGN making sure that, once again, it just doesn't escape them too much. I mean, Koopa Troopers, they've been looking good, but iPGN just maybe one step behind them, clawing their way back into this, just holding on for now. Making sure that this isn't dominant or anything, it's still close. It's just Koopa Troopers who are managing to stay ahead just that little bit.
Cover going
Now
out.
once again we're seeing them on an eco round where they're choosing to walk down mid. Just this aggression every single round. And Jax with the Hero Rifle. It's been so good so far. In this round, the default isn't going to reveal anything. Of course, iPGN may be sensing that with not much resistance on
Spike
site,
planted.
that there probably is some sort of proactive push here.
There.
Now Songri's spotted. Dasani's the first to fall. Eventually traded, but it's a 2-for-1. And, I mean, I don't even know when that happened, but Maine got 2 of their own. Leaving Noya now in this 1v3. So they have upgraded to a rifle, but with only 20 HP. It's looking unlikely. It's looking like iPGN are probably going to get their way up to 9 here. Just to lower that round differential. Just that tiny amount more. Bring it even closer within a touching distance. Now with Noya's position known, there should be no way on earth that he gets anywhere close to winning this. He's just looking for exits, and he will find one. Main will clean up, get the trade. The bomb explodes, bringing, like I said, iPGN up to that score of 9. Chasing down Koopa Troopers here.
That goes there.
Keeping it tight for us. Now, a big round. All these guns online. As for Koopa Troopers, if they lose this one, you have to start worrying about the money. You have to start worrying that maybe iPGN might start making a run of things, and
there.
things might start getting away from the side of KT if they're not careful. So now, a swap of pace. So we're seeing Logic just flung forward for his team. Taken out by Chax. The Raze player gone. That's your entry. Now iPGN left to pick up the pieces, see if they can make a go out of this, even without the Raze player. I mean, talking about the side of iPGN, it's really been Main who's been doing a lot of this heavy lifting for the squad so far this map. Having an excellent go at things. These Koopa Troopers now rewarded with that first blood. They're happy to just hold here. Not being too over aggressive or anything, not going for any reclears in places they shouldn't. Songri does get revealed by that spy cam. Gonna fall back. But a question mark created over towards Market. You can see some of the players floating over towards the B side off of the back of that. But iPGN is going to be going straight into the arms of Chax. This player waiting here. He's the only
30
one.
seconds left.
Are they going to clear him? Main does. Kill rewarded.
Cover going out.
So the spike will now go down. And luck is removed from the round. That's a good start. Now we look to Dasani. He's been waiting patiently for his team, and the neural theft will reveal that all of iPGN is just waiting here in elbow. Looking to play that close post plant. The spike so close to that entrance into elbow. Dasani's gotten a good first kill. Now the Rolling Thunder. Dasani's got one of his own in response. But how do they try and convert off of the back of this? Noya doubled up with his teammate. That's how. Fee now peeking forward. Half has gone through onto the spike. It's a 1v2.
Last
His
player
Fee,
standing.
he peeks forward and he gets both. Everyone was stunned up. The ultimate's going back and forth, but Fee comes out on top. I thought there was no way. That post plant, just all the players of iPGN grouped so close together. And with Dasani getting that Rolling Thunder online as well and sending it, I thought there was no way, but Fee bailing his team out, the breach player for iPGN. Great stuff. Keeping their team in it. Now back to another eco. We've seen them do it before, and Shax is looking for kills. He's hungry, but he's whiffing. But eventually does convert. Brock by his side, holding that crossfire. It's a great start on an eco round. 5v3 now. As I mean, do iPGN have any other choice? Do they just force back into this? Do they keep trying to fight forward with this weaponry? Because they know that Koopa Troopers are on this light buy, and they know that none of these weapons have been recovered. So you can try and risk it. You can try and just brute force your way through with these better weapons, but with Chak still alive and lurking on the site, you never know. And well, Main's stuck the TP, so again, question marks. But Brock, so good with that Sheriff. Continues doing what he was earlier. Chak's eventually falling, and Fee coming alive once again. These Koopa Troopers know that Main was here. So they know that there could be this backstab coming their way, and the timing is so bad for Art, but Main doesn't have their gun out. And Art turns at the perfect timing, and the Thrifty once again for Koopa Troopers goes their way. Pulling ahead against iPGN here. Once again. So many times this game we've just seen iPGN come out with a small lead, but Koopa Troopers takes it, snatches it right from their hands. Straight back into their favor. And I mean, credit to iPGN for keeping it close here, but Koopa Troopers, if you can't sit them down in these eco rounds, how do you expect to have a chance of winning this map? As I've been saying, it is Koopa Troopers map pick, so I mean, it's crazy to say, but yeah, they've just been winning so many eco rounds. Just making sure that they can stay in this. Yeah, finally we start to see Logic coming alive. Give a crazy shot there. With the bomb planted. So good start in this round now. Once again down to a 5v3. Seems to be a lot of rounds starting this way, but somehow the rounds don't always finish go in the favor of the team that has the numbers advantage. But now with Main picking up that one, the lurk down mid, there should be no way iPGN have any chance here. This player's looking to save, just take down Main. That mid lurk was the, the end of the round essentially. That kill going through did end up resulting in the save. But no more value being found. None of these rifles going to be removed from the hands of Jax and Dasani. A little bit of trolling from Jax. Love to see it. Scaring his teammate. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to talk about it earlier, but Logic, I mean, I don't know the team of iPGN super well, but the Raze player hasn't been doing so well. Main, on the other hand, I didn't mention him earlier, and Main's been doing excellent on the Omen. Just on the side of Koopa Troopers. It's Jax on the Raze that's been absolutely ballistic so far. Looking at the minimap, might be going for a fight here. He has the showstopper. That fault line just to hold him back. Not too much aggression. Potentially looking for a reclay here. Or just to hold this angle. Play off the back of Brock's utility. Side of iPGN though. Regrouping. Creeping up mid here. It's now the Thrash popped. Gonna be clearing through market. 4 players though for Koopa Troopers have arrived on the B site. So if it does go this way,
Right there.
plenty of players here to stop it. Logic does have the showstopper as well. Noah's gotten one. Just catching off that mid look. Songri not finding anything this round. Maybe a little bit too early. It's now the Nightfall. It's caught onto so many of these players from iPGN. But Alucard's gotten the first. Main with another. So now the showstopper will come out. Logic. Satchel in forward. Knows that there's a player close. V steals the kill from under his fingers. The showstopper won't get any. But the round is likely going to be going the way of iPGN here. All the way down to 2v4. Of course, Logic is low on HP, but he's playing so far back. Trident, Dasani. I say Trident, Dasani. That's his old team. What can Dasani and Noya do here? That's a good start. Noya's found the first and a flash forward. We'll reward him with one more, but Alucard takes down these players as now we're seeing it once again. iPGN creeping forward, regaining that lead up to match point. And we've seen Koopa Troopas so solid so many times this game. Snatch it straight back. And this is their map pick. It would be gut-wrenching to lose it against iPGN if you want any chance in this series where iPGN are on paper the better team. You gotta win your own map pick. Now with the pressure against them, the force buy-ups from Guardians brought into this round. Fast take of B main. And every time they've gone towards B main, iPGN have been pretty successful. Especially since on those rounds, once the bomb has gone down, the mid-lurk has been such a problem. This time, Chak's looking to make sure it doesn't happen, but it's just a dink. The Phantom dealing that 140 damage. It hurts to see. So he won't be able to get any more than that. The first blood going the way of iPGN. The win percentages on paper should be going their way. They should be favored here. But we look to Koopa Troopers and, well, they've been so solid. So they send that Haunt out towards the A site and, well, it's maybe a little bit of false information as Noya, well, he's picked up a kill, but it's all the wrong information. The wingman sent in, they think that's the bomb, but the bomb's actually going towards the other side of the map. He's planted on A.
30 seconds left.
However, though, it's down to an even 4v4 with that kill going the way of Koopa Troopers. There's no mid-luck this time. This retake can go ahead. Of course, Koopa Troopers probably don't know that, so they might still be worried about it. Great paranoia out from main. No kills off the back of it as Brock just swings out. Now Noya going all the way in. Rolling Thunder to hold the retake back. Suddenly it's all down to Dasani. A 1v2. He'd have to win this to keep his team in it. One final attempt, but the time is ticking and the flash does not connect. He does. And map 1 is going the way of iPGN. What a game. So close. But at the end of the day, Koopa Troopers, they pick the map, but iPGN just steal it at the last second. Main with so many good plays, so many multi-kills to bring them over the line. Fee as well coming alive in those last few rounds. It's maybe a little bit of a gut wrencher for Koopa Troopers there. Next map will be Ascent, which is iPGN's pick, so I imagine they'll be trying to close it out in 2, but we'll see. Can Koopa Troopers find a way back into this? We will see after a short break. I'll see you all soon. We're going to be slowly creeping out. Dasani here should be making first contact as the wall drops. Snaps onto Regen and another beautiful shot. Catching onto Cats. The third one on the round. 2 players, both of these are low. Both would fall to 1 bullet as Water takes them down. 2 body shots, 2 kills. If they choose to contact into him, this could be dangerous, but Doctor's looking the wrong way. Finally turns at just the right moment, takes down August. Now sliding out through the screens with the stinger. The run and gun action, like I said. Look to the side, Shinobu's been taken down, overwhelmed by the utility from Zupa. Downtail though, 2 wonderful shots and a third. Taken down, massive effort on the site by Downtail. Opting to go for the information with the Owl Drone instead, but Dasani, 2 crisp shots from the flank. Will convert the round for Zoogang, and it will be 6-6 at the half. Immediately popping the run back, and they're going straight through. Yeah, and Water should see this. The first bound, a second, the spray transfer, peeking around the corner and finding a third. Water finding a ton of value off of the ultimate. Jin's been waiting here, extremely patient, now starting to move, and the timing is bad for him, as Yuji does manage to take him down, peeking forward with the util in hand. You go for a little bit more. This is still a 2v4, so not favored, but actually just ahead of the team, and now the showstopper for Dasani is going to be chasing them back, won't connect, but now a 2v3. This is a more winnable situation than a 2v5. Also doesn't change that that's where it came from. Rossi over the top, Dasani plucks him out of the sky. Now position known, the grab net comes out, but it connects onto herself. Oh no. A little bit of a whiff from Dynasty, and it's 1v2, but they connect. How on earth have they done that? The spray transfer, Snappy with it, Dynasty wins the 1v2. Absolutely insane stuff after the absolute whiffing of that deadlock utility. Should hear the player rotating in from mid, and that should be a free kill. Rossi the first to fall. And now Yuji peeking forward, finds a second off the stun and a third. Really well played from Yuji. You just creeped all the way forward, heard the players, and they were just completely unaware. Second shot, the third, extremely clean. Brutal crossfire to get through. Spada bang. I think he was spotted. The knife might come out. 75 damage, but he comes back in. No way. Sure, he's hungry for that ace. Haven't seen any just yet today, but I mean, he's peeking out. He gets 4, and he gets the ace. Dasani. Wary that there could be someone close. The Nightfall's going to be invested, as well as potentially this lockdown. Doesn't connect on 20, but they didn't realize that Dasani was in the corner. He takes down 3. Dasani is taking his team over the line. Your winners for today will be XG. Hello and welcome back to iPGN versus Koopa Troopas. My name is Atlas. And that was a pretty crazy map 1 of Sunset 11-13. iPGN just a tiny bit better on that map, taking the lead, taking the map. Now we go into Ascent, iPGN's map pick. And well, we're going to be seeing some vintage Dasani Phoenix gameplay here alongside Chax. It's an interesting comp to be selected here, opting to go for that Phoenix instead of the Chaos, so I imagine we'll be seeing some pretty aggressive stuff from the side of Koopa Troopas. Now we have loaded into this lobby. Should be making a good go at things. The side of Koopa Troopas, I'm sure they want to take this map, take us to a map 3. Especially after losing their own map pick of Sunset. If we were to go to a map 3, it would be Breeze. But that's a while away. We still have all of Ascent ahead of us.
Here.
But as I was saying, here on Ascent with this sort of comp, you can see it already on the minimap. 4 players of Koopa Troopas looking ready to fight towards mid as a group. And Dasani maybe didn't have the sort of performance that we normally expect to see from this player, but that's alright. Going into Ascent, plenty of chances to make a good go at this, as that's a good start. Logic, the first to fall. Dasani with a good long range shot with that Ghost. He's going to be creeping down into tiles, and he gets the headshot, but the armor, the light armor of Alucard is going to keep them alive, but Chax does get the trade. Now the bomb will get planted over towards that A site. The door shot, retake has to go towards heaven, but that's where iPGN have pushed. It's Brock with the first to fall on this retake attempt. So they go through the door, and Chax bringing up the back lines, bringing up the flank. Is he expected? The smoke is going to keep iPGN alive for just a little while longer. The pop flash out. It connects onto so many, but Chax, that's some crazy shots, readjusting the aim even after being fully blind. What a round for Koopa Troopas to start us off here on Ascent. And Chax continuing on from map 1. Let's take a look at those shots. I mean, he was fully blind there. Flash connected. He jumps. He dodges all the shots. But the readjustment, so good. We'll reward Koopa Troopas with the win. So well played from Chax. Now he's going to get that Outlaw in line alongside the rest of his team, buying up Guardians and a Spectre. Noya just down on that Sheriff buy, but that's all good. Still plenty of time to make impact with that. Dasani's found the first, fighting towards A main. There's a little bit of a lurk up mid. See if main can make anything happen this round. He's just sitting quietly for now. But he's being held by 2 players here. As Chax just holding this tight angle with the Outlaw. All the players on the other side of things will fall to that one shot. But now I say that, Chax isn't actually holding the right angle if main does choose to swing this. But Songri might end up being the first. But he slowly creeps forward. Nope, he's backing back away into tiles as now Koopa Troopas might now be aware that this hit is going towards inside. Noya's gotten the first. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Chax not able to find anything, but now the Outlaw upgraded. Main choosing the right timing to strike, bringing this down to a 2v3 with just these pistols brought in from iPGN. So how do Koopa Troopas make a go of this? Good shock dart just to try and deal some damage. On the other side of things, iPGN, they've picked up some guns. So they're going to be trying to hold on to backside here. You can see main, paranoia in hand. It's not going to connect onto anyone. But the curveball round the side. The shot is missed. As Brock collects the kills. It's going to be the anti-eco converted for Koopa Troopas. So a good start here on Ascent. This is what we wanted to see from them. You gotta start somewhere at the end of the day. And a pistol is a great way to do it. Of course, going, I believe, 1-for-1 on pistols over on Sunset. I think iPGN won the first set. Yeah, iPGN won the first ones. Koopa Troopers came straight back into things to extend their lead. Yeah, I think that's how it went. My memory's not that bad. I'll forget everything by tomorrow, but that's okay. I remember it now. Koopa Troopers are going to take the lead as far as pistols go in the series now. 2-1. It's a good start on Ascent here. It's now going up against these guns. Opting to play very aggressively here towards mid. Dasani is just walking out. So many players here. Well, they've gone all the way into feet. They've taken him out. It's just a 1-for-1. The A site is completely open. There's Logic. He's tagged through the smoke. And this Guardian spam, it's taking him out. Logic playing too far forward. Gets punished for it. Main is bringing up the space. He's out in the open. It's a 1-for-1 once again. But that leaves Koopa Troopers in such a good place to potentially convert this round. This late flank though from Songri, the turret, he's gotten past it. So Noya maybe doesn't know that there could be this player, and it's beautiful for Songri. Ends up getting converted, ends up getting that kill, and that's a second as well. Now in a 1v1 low HP against Art. This will be a 1v3 to keep iPGN in this. He's on the other side of things. This would be a massive bonus conversion. The turret does reveal that Art was not on the spike. Now half going through, but Songri peeking out. Ends up converting. 1 versus 3. The late luck through mid. Dodges the turret. And gets the round for his team. Happened off camera there. In the replay. Unfortunately, so we don't get to see all of it. But we do get to see this final kill. He played it so well. Just playing off of his turret. Aware that Art had no time to be able to get that half going through, so he takes the timing, peeks out, gets the kill. Have a quick look at the economy. This is the first full round buy. Full gun round buy. I'm forgetting how to speak English as it's a fast one for iPGN. 2 players on top of Gen. Asani can only take out 1. Now the site falls. The fast take going the way of iPGN, but Brock's found the lurk through mid. That's 2 players now, Chax and Brock, that can quickly take up the space. So once again, Fee's going to be looking to be the late knife in the round. The backstab that could give them away back into this to make sure that the economy doesn't go unchecked. This would be a big gun round to win. It always is after converting that anti-bonus. Is it going to happen once again? Fee coming around the back. He spotted Brock. Takes him down. And now the flash over the top for his team to peek off of. Chax not blinded. But Fee does convert. As Disu... Not Disu. Main as well. Why did I read the last part of his name? Main though. Still absolutely incredible on the Omen. Bringing out a second round here for iPGN. I'm not too sure who the IGLs are on both these teams, but I mean, whoever is, imagine they're doing pretty well. And for iPGN, once again, we're seeing Logic have a little bit of a slow start. And I don't, like I said earlier, I'm not super familiar with this team, but I know that they are one of the heavy hitters in the region, and, well, if they're doing this with their duelist player not having a stellar performance as we're seeing on the side of Koopa Troopers, well, as I say that though, it's a good entry. Logic taken down out of the round is, well, Sani has to tuck tail as well. And suddenly it's all down to him. The only player left with the sheriff. Spam going through. The door eventually gets shut. Of course, this is just an eco round, so no harm, no foul at the end of the day. Maybe a little bit unlucky. It's a flawless round for iPGN, but you know, all that waffle about duelists just to say that if iPGN can do it without Logic getting all these kills that you would normally see from a duelist, this team's going to be scary once Logic starts coming online, getting those entries, getting those kills like he did there. Whereas on the other side of things, for Koopa Troopers, I mean, they've been solid. All these players, I've seen them all play, and I know they can all individually pop off. It's just, can they make it work as a team? Can they have those initial round plans to give them away into this round? Because at the moment, it looks like they might just be getting out-called. Another fast hit here. KO ultimate, the null command to make sure that there's no utility to hold them back. Brock can do nothing against it. Neither can Neuer. None of that Killjoy setup able to stall or anything. All these players of Koopa Troopers are left now to retake. Dasani does have this runner back. The Logic, I imagine, is waiting for it, and he sees it, and he takes him down, and now peeking forward, he's gotten 3! It's a flawless round once again for iPGN. It's Logic. So ready for that runner back, so ready for that ultimate. He gets rewarded with an extra on top of it. I believe it was Chax just sort of lining up with where Dasani's body was. And that's gotta hurt, man. Playing Phoenix, you call to your teammate, hey man, protect my body, I'm ulting. And then not only do you die to a player that's right there, just waiting for you, but the teammate protecting your body dies alongside you, and it's a rough one. It's Logic. He's not stopping. This team is not slowing down. iPGN fighting their way forward. Another first blood going their way. As this time, not committing to that B site, they're running all the way over the way. And I think Koopa Troopers wary of it, but they're not going to win this race. Spike's going to be going down before they know it. This smoke here, it's a pesky one. Maybe suggesting that someone might be on site. Not going to matter though, it's just a one-for-one. Dasani staying alive in heaven. Still has so much utility. Could choose to use this hot hands to heal up a little bit before going for this. Especially with Neuer getting that kill. There's a chance in this. 3v3 now. Patience could be rewarded here as they go for this. How do they choose to play it? Logic's going to tuck himself into hell here. Songri behind the generator. There's all 3 members of Koopa Troopers ready for this. The flash, the curveball around the corner. It's not going to connect onto Songri. It's going to convert that first kill. Traded by Neuer now as they drop down. Art with the Sheriff is able to convert onto that kill, onto Logic, but now the Hunter's Fury. That should secure this round. No one's got health here. They can't stick onto this, so the time is being played so well. So wait, they might have it. No, the lineup from Alucard. It's too good. The 1v2, technically. But that's your lineup, Larry, coming into effect there. So the players love to see it. So what a play from iPGN. And the retake was looking good, but maybe they just waited a second too long. Giving Alucard that opportunity to play so far away, knowing that he had that utility in the pocket. And the lineup on top of it, the shock dart. Just to make sure. Another great round for iPGN. They're pulling ahead here. This is their map pick. Of course, you probably expect them to win this. And as I've been saying so many times, on paper, they are the stronger team. They are the stronger seed. I believe the only team to ever have taken down Jeju Hao. Of course, that was last split in the group stages, but and ever since then, it's been kind of so-so. Everyone knows that they have that ability to pop off and to do well. They have to show it. And you have to be able to win against the teams like Koopa Troopers. Well, okay, Songri caught out by the dart. Hunter's Fury takes him down and unable to dodge and weave his way out of that one. So finally a first kill going towards Koopa Troopers here. It's Chax. Well, he's kind of just staring at a box. I imagine he's looking to swing off of the back of the Killjoy turret, but, well, Logic found a great opening here towards the B site, and that's where the hit is going. Now the entry comes through, and Brock, great dart to reveal where this team might be going, and the spam kill comes through as well. Through the wall. Ascent is known for this. So the players going crazy. Alucard, though. Right as I say, talk about Sova players. Not really a utility kill, but it's just the luck through mid, the late backstab. Rewarding iPGN the way back into this. 3v3 now with the bomb down. Koopa Troopers creep their way forward. They're so slow in these retakes, and this time the kills. They are going their way once again. Neuer. A quick transfer will reward them. But do they realize that Fee's gotten all the way through? They do. A great paranoia from Art. I don't know if he saw him coming up or I don't know how he managed to get that read, but what a great one to pull his team back into this. Make sure that that 1v2 doesn't get out of hand. 3-5 now. Koopa Troopers slowly getting back into things. I was about to say it's a long road ahead. It's really not. It's only 2 rounds, but also this is, you know, Ascent, where the defender sides tend to be favored. We've seen it a lot. It's a tale as old as time. You see a team get, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds on defense, and it's like, everyone's, yeah, that's just the Ascent defense side. Of course, Koopa Troopers aren't playing that regular comp. They're playing with a Phoenix, so maybe, just maybe, if they can hold on defense here, they might have some crazy stuff to show with Dasani on the Phoenix on their attacker side. Or maybe even here on defense. Maybe they're just getting warmed up. This round they have a lockdown to contest against and nothing really to hold them back besides these mollies. It'll just be temporary as logic here. Once again, gonna be pushing forward. Recon bolt destroyed, but logic taking the timing, but he's held for.
Spike planted.
It's a good start. Numbers going the way of Koopa Troopers here to start off this retake. Are they ready for these 2 players? What a shot from Chax. So ready for it. So ready for the player in main. There is another one though. Well, they have just invested that paranoia to hold them back, but he snuck through.
1 enemy remaining.
Chax remains so good. 3 kills on the round and the defuse. What a retake from Chax. And I say from Chax and not Koopa Troopers because I mean Chax. 3 kills like that, that is unbelievable. That first one was unfortunately all we ought to see there, but I mean, you can just imagine how good those other ones were. That's going to force a timeout from iPGN. So we saw this last map on Sunset. iPGN pulling out the timeout. I believe both timeouts, actually. In the first half, didn't reward them. After they took the timeout, there was a tech pause, and then Koopa Troopers ended up winning the 2 rounds remaining in the half. But I believe in the second half after their timeout, they ended up clawing away the game from Koopa Troopers. Imagine Coach Hash. He's calling this one a little bit earlier. Still some time to play with here in this half. 3 rounds remaining. So iPGN could still make a go at this. Like I was saying, 5 rounds on your attack. They're already going to be feeling good about that, but you know, this is Valorant where recently we've seen a lot of teams in pro play ending up very, very heavily based on momentum. So you can't let your foot off the gas, because if Koopa Troopers win the next 3 rounds, bring it to a 7-5, you know, you may be feeling a little bit boomed, maybe feeling that you should have won some of those, and things can quickly start to slip out of your fingers. So you gotta be making sure you play to win. So if the Coach Hash of iPGN, if he spotted something that his team can adjust, by all means take the timeout. Even if you're favored at the moment, you can just go that little bit extra just to try and clamp down while the iron is hot. So now a slower round. iPGN be going fast very often, and as I say that, the null command pop will be fastened towards the A site, but there's 4 players waiting to split through tree, and null command will disable the utility. So not really too much to hold them back here, but bomb isn't planted yet, and like I said, there's so many players here. They gotta be worried about that mid lurk. You can see Art's just holding it, aware that it's possible. They've been doing it pretty often. Now as we turn to Dasani, curveball around the side, but positioning slightly off. Main converts off the kill and no trade in sight. Chax, once again, what a way to start off that retake, and finished excellently as well. The lockdown forcing the iPGN players into these fights where, when it comes to fighting, Koopa Troopers, not gonna lie, they've probably came out on top more often than not. Whereas for iPGN, just the general vibe that I've gotten so far is that their team play seems to be really good. And they've got 1 or 2 star players I have some great moments like Main on Sunset, pulling off so many multi-kills. And think of Alucard and Fee having their star moments as well, but for the most part it was just a solid team play. Yeah, just solid team play in general for iPGN, whereas Koopa Troopers, once you give them just that little bit of a way back into things, they take a mile. In this round it's fast, but Songri isn't checked here. Dasani, there's not much you can do to try and follow up on this, other than just swing. Songri is right out in the open. Dasani has to run it back here if he wants to invest it, but instead, like I said, just chooses to swing.
Bot coming
The
back.
swing does reward him, but the bomb has gone down on the A site in the meantime. Logic is pushing forward, trying to catch one of these players off guard. Going alongside B, and well, from the shadows will end up revealing that there is some players pushed forward. One player will be held back for talents. Logic maybe gets a little bit jump scared by Art just barreling through the glass. So now the retake comes out. Time has been ticking. It's a quick tap onto the bomb. We'll draw out this Hunter's Fury. Now down to a 2v2. Main's going to be going up through heaven. The flank that maybe isn't expected. Dasani does convert, but the time is too low. Once again, Alucard with the Sova ultimate. The Hunter's Fury to keep them in this. As they creep ahead, getting to 6, guaranteeing us at least an even half going into their own defense side. But like I said, this composition that's become honestly the meta of Ascent for the past 1-2 years. We've seen it, like I said, favored on defense so many times. But for once, we're seeing here that Jax has got an operator, and Main's only got a stinger. Spectre for Logic. Of course, he's got the Blade Storm
Get out
though.
of my way.
There it is. What can they do here? They're going in towards B, and this is where Dasani and Jax await. Logic's going to be going fast down through mid. He spots the barrel. He spots both players here. The Songri is the one to convert. 3 kills for the Killjoy.
Bomb grenade
Not the
out.
player you expect to entry for your team, but all the kills going their way. Is iPGN looking to take an advantage here? Attack aside Ascent. This is their map pick. We expect them to do well. We expect them to be dominant. What can the rest of Koopa Troopa do? So Neuer and Art. There's the TP in. Okay, that's a good start, but now it leaves Neuer 1v4. And Songri on for this ace. He wants it, and he will get it. An ace for Songri to close out the half.
Switching sides.
What an effort.
Don't die. If you need help figuring
So
out
it's actually the
how,
Killjoys on top in Ascent here. Songri pulling ahead with that ace. Bringing him up to 14 kills. And Neuer on the outside of things. He's got 12. He's got his one every round. Nothing to scoff at. And Jax, I mean, he had a good start, but maybe cooled off a little bit. But now here on attack, we all the tip of despair. This is where he shone. Shone? Shined. This is where he was so good on Ascent. We'll have to see if he can do it again alongside Dasani. I mean, Dasani, it was definitely a bit of a surprise to see him on the breach. I'm definitely familiar with seeing him on Killjoy. Hold that thought. It's Jax going in, but he's taken out by Alu. Just maybe a bit too far ahead of his team. The rest of them going down mid, and well, now Koopa Troopers,
terminated.
they've actually managed to make this work. I was gonna say that iPGN, okay, feet. That's 2 kills. I was gonna say that iPGN can turn their attention to all the noise coming from market, knowing that they dealt with the player that was coming out of main. Somehow Koopa Troopers still managed to make a go out of it, but with 2 quick kills in reply from Fee, iPGN hold the advantage. Dasani and Art here. Flash drive through, and the kills go their way. It's super clean on that retake. And in an instant, it goes their way. iPGN are gonna get up to 8 rounds here.
Try again.
A little bit reminiscent of how Koopa Troopers started their own defense over on Sunset. Of course, they didn't end up winning that map, but they did end up with a 7-5 half on attack. to win pistol, bring it up to 9-5, but then they ended up losing the map, so definitely not out of it just yet for Koopa Troopers. This just means that they're going to have a slightly harder go at this. That pistol not being converted. Quick 0 point. We'll just get information that there is the Sova nearby, but the curveball through, that's going to push iPGN just a little bit further back, but Logic with the Outlaw so good with it is Dasani is getting run down. No chance at all here. Weaponry is not good enough to deal with this A-main aggression. So now they're just left reeling a little bit. Logic is going to continue on getting kills. Imagine this is the Logic that I was promised when I first found out about
One
iPGN.
enemy remaining.
Had a much better performance here on Ascent. Jax, he'll only get one this round. A little bit of a consolation prize. So all the way up to 5-9 here. So yeah, what can they do here? So now the guns are in line. Koopa Troopers just gonna group up towards A. This is where the Killjoy setup is, but
You better run, Sova.
the Killjoy setup, you probably won't be seeing as much aggression here. But if they're going fast, the alarm bells should start to ring. But it's just silence to begin things. As I say that, nope, they're speeding right up. Here's the drone, the Owl drone to try and clear some of this early positions. Killjoy nanos, just to hold them back for now is... Well, Shax is having none of it. He's right over the top, right into Songri. A great entry from Shax. Like I said, we're just waiting for him to come back. We know he's so good. He just hasn't quite had that opportunity yet here on Ascent. He's just gonna get some chip damage through the spam. Is there gonna be any in reply from iPGN? Maybe not quite just yet. This retake is gonna be starting off here. We're coming in from both heaven and through the door. Koopa Troopers are holding strong here. Car does get one with the Outlaw, but I know that there's someone in hell and there's people on site. And there's 2v4 with the time ticking down. What do you do? Well, that's a good start for Fee, but it shouldn't be possible. And yep, the bonus will not be converted. The clean stuff from Koopa Troopers, all things considered. Looking like they were in control that whole time. A little bit unexpected from Fee to just jump out of heaven on his own and spray someone down with a Spectre, but besides that, firmly in control. It's funny, I was talking about Logic. He's had some... Yeah, I mean, he's playing his role, right? I mean, he's getting his entries. He's going in for his team. He had quite a few first bloods over on that first side, but somehow he's still at the bottom of the scoreboard, which is kind of funny. All good. Now he's got the operator online, so I'm sure we'll be looking to see what he can do with that. Of course. Jet's playground. Love to get active here with the operators, and that's what we're seeing now. He's creeping forward. Not really anyone here. Just a Killjoy. Whereas Koopa Troopers silently creeping up mid. There's no alarm bot or anything here, but that cloud burst, iPGN actually might not have heard it. It might have been right in that little sweet spot between all these groups of players that they might not have heard that.
Here.
But of course, Koopa Troopers very aware of that utility mix sound, and so they'll definitely be thinking how they can make use of this to maybe fake that they're going towards B when in reality there's plenty of players grouped up here towards tree, towards A main, that'll be going in for this A hit. So here they start. Dasani, a great opener, now popping the run it back as Alucard is running forward with the Odin. Not again. Dasani unable to get much value from the run it back, and the Odin spam is not going to get anything more. Brock will convert, and the bomb will get planted. It's down to 3v4 for this retake. It's Chax once again playing towards hell. Blinds up in his face as Fee is the first to drop, the first to fall. And suddenly it's all down to Logic, who can't get anything done here. The operator, not the ideal weapon for a retake. And once again, once they get that bomb down, Koopa Troopers so good in the post plant, not letting anything get away from them. And here we're seeing another timeout from Coach Ash, calling it before things get out of control. And I mean, I believe with that win, we'll have to check after the timeout, but I think this might be iPGN going down to an eco round. They lost their bonus, that's all good. You're not expected to win that. But in that next gun round, so crucial to make sure that you can stabilize your economy and make sure that, you know, you can maintain the advantage off the back of winning the pistols. And with Koopa Troopers winning that, with a decent amount of players alive as well, right? It wasn't even close rounds. I think both times they had 3 players alive, and so yeah, they're looking good. They're looking good here. So I imagine they will be wanting to make sure that, even though this is an eco, that they can adjust some of their gameplay for those important gun rounds. And make sure that Koopa Troopers don't get away back into this. But of course, while I say that, I'm focusing on Coach Hash, of course, for iPGN, because they did call the timeout, but timeout does go both ways. That does allow Koopa Troopers to discuss amongst themselves what their game plan is, and yep, I was right. It is an eco here for iPGN. That being said though, no strangers to eco rounds here in this game so far. Early owl drone for Brock. It's gonna get info past the one way, but no players committed yet. Well, off the back of that timeout, you can see on the map, Koopa Troopers just playing so far back. Maybe expecting an aggressive play or something to come out from Koopa Troopers. Not Koopa Troopers, from iPGN. But it's nothing really. And well, unfortunately for the Koopa Troopers, they look to be going straight into the stack. And maybe they thought that that Sova Dart, the owl drone, might have pulled some rotations over towards A, but actually there was no one even close enough to hear it. So all 5 players still stacked towards this B site. What a start for iPGN. First 2 kills going their way, and that's going to send Koopa Troopers packing down, back away through mid.
Can't use that.
That's not the start you wanted to see. Both duelists removed from the round. That's 2 guns that... that can be recovered, excuse me. And Zongri's already found their way onto the site, but weapons not good enough to hold on. Main will fall as well. It's back down to a 3v3, which is maybe, you know, kind of what we kind of expected with the guns, that this would be Koopa Troopers round. Just an unlucky call at the end of the day to lose them those first 2 players, and now with this gun advantage, we're seeing it in full force here. Of course, those 2 guns dropped at the beginning. Alucard should have a go at this alongside his teammate. You can see Feet's pushing forward, but Noise having none of it. Elu's found one, but the time is ticking. It's too low. There's no chance at this. The eco round is denied. It's a little bit closer. The closest round we've had so far ever since these guns have gotten online for Koopa Troopers, but no worries at all. You take what you can get, and with the string of rounds they put together, the money is all good. No worries at all.
Placing sentry.
So now, this is the round where we should expect to see what iPGN were talking about in that timeout. See what the adjustment is. And Koopa Troopers have done a good job so far on their attacker side. Doing a great job working the map and then having those unstoppable executes with the double duelist. So once again, seeing the owl drone come out just to try and clear past this one way. With that tag going through, you should know that they can jump through. And so the one way is now obsolete. V tries to go for a flash reclear, but it's all for that Hunter's Fury. Actually, somehow is not... It's going to connect. It's going to get some damage, don't get me wrong. It somehow does not find any kills in that very tight corridor.
You should run.
Now the lockdown in response. They can use it safely knowing that that Hunter's Fury can no longer break it.
Nowhere
Are they prepared for Logic to be holding this line with the operator? A great flash from Dasani to hold him back. Now the Hunter's Fury can focus onto him. It's Logic taken down to 45 HP and Nano Swarm's utility to hold him back. Dart as well. Not given any chance back into this as Dasani just going to opt to heal for now. I saw him with that curveball in hand. I know he wants to fight this as, well, now he's got some extra health. He's going to go for it. He's going to get the first. Spraying forward. Doesn't end up getting rewarded, but the rest of his team, hold that thought. Alucard might have a go at this, but nope, Brock stays steady. 3 on the round. Tying us up here on Ascent, so Koopa Troopas looking to take us the distance here, looking to take us to Breeze. As I was talking about at the very start of this map here, Koopa Troopas, the underdogs in this series, but I mean, I can only talk from my experience really, but seeing these guys play, they're all talented individuals and they can definitely cause some damage here, and we're seeing it. Especially with the addition of Dasani to this roster.
Take flight.
You're going toe to toe here with iPGN on their map pick. Attack with this unconventional Phoenix comp. They're making it work. And despite the fact that they play these, you know, this kind of aggressive style in their defense, very happy to play very slowly on their attack and play for this map control. Sinoya creeping forward while the rest of his team is going to be going up towards A. They've made the right read. Of course, they are just against an eco round. They're, not much invested into it, but it should be looking clean for Koopa Troopas. Every single peek from iPGN immediately shut down. And, I mean, yeah, not too much of a fight here in this one. Like I said, just an eco round, but at the same time, I'm a big enjoyer of, hey, it's an eco round. Let's do something stupid. Let's 5-man push down catwalk or something. Alucard's got okay, that's 2 for Alucard. See if we can get any more, but yeah, I'm a big fan of doing something silly on eco rounds. I mean, you're not favored to win it anyway, so if you can catch people off guard, why not? I mean, that's something that Koopa Troopas were doing on Sunset, and they were rewarded 2 or 3 times for it. They won some crazy eco rounds just with the sheriffs. iPGN, not so fortunate here, is, well, for the first time here on Ascent, we're seeing Koopa Troopas taking the lead. It's Neuer and Brock. This time are the ones to pull their team ahead. It's like I said, all these players, I've seen them play so well in the past. Now they're showing up in spades. Whereas Dasani, I mean, I was looking for some vintage Dasani gameplay and I haven't really seen much of it. So, maybe looking to see some of that still. On the other side of things, Logic as well. It's been struggling a lot here, so that's unlucky. Spammed with an Odin on the attack. Normally it's the defending Odins that cause so many problems as well. Alu, just the defending Sova, able to get 2 in that position is kind of crazy, but that being said, numbers advantage secured for Koopa Troopas, and Brock's Odin continues to sing out. Eventually will get taken down by Songri, but that's the flank revealed now. Maybe Chax and Art just looking to double swing. Beautiful timing, beautiful shot. 11th round now. The Koopa Troopas.
We move in. Got it?
They are looking primed to take this. As they are quite frankly bullying iPGN here on their defense. Looks like they have no answers at all. And no timeouts left either. No way for the coach to talk to them. It's iPGN on their own, having to deal with this monstrous attack side, honestly, from Koopa Troopas. Once again, this is just a fake hit here towards the B site. Maybe looking to get that orb. Maybe looking to get a kill to get this run it back. Causing so much pressure here. It's all just a fake, just a ruse. to send the rest of the team over towards the A site, but iPGN haven't really bitten off of this. So you should hear this Aldrome coming out now as Jax is gonna fight his way forward. Great cloud burst to get past that turret. Zongri unaware. He did manage to get one with the stinger, but that'll be all it is. Once again, the site falls. These takes from Koopa Troopas just look so unstoppable. They go into this once again. Jax looking to fight. It's up against the blades of logic. This Odin. It's causing some problems for iPGN. How do they get past it? So now the bomb will eventually get planted. Logic over the top, but Jax drops them all. 4 kills. All of these retakers from heaven removed from the round. That's going to bring Koopa Troopas up to match point here. This is not what we expected. And I talked about it. It's a bit of a wild card here. We talked about defense on Ascent being traditionally the favored side, but the wild card pick of Phoenix causing some problems here. And just in general, the way that Koopa Troopas are playing this attack, so dynamic. Able to manipulate these rotations to get site hits that are so favorable for them, and, well, Dasani, that's a good way to start off this round. And the Hunter's Fury in response! Brock will win the duel of the Sovas, having the benefit of popping it second. Absolutely crazy. So, the start of the round going terribly here for iPGN. 3v5. And Koopa Troopas have barely even left the start barrier areas. They've barely even gone anywhere, and yet they've gotten themselves 2 kills. It's now they're just holding, waiting, because they know that, well, iPGN, they have to make a play. It's a 3v5. You gotta do something. Even though Koopa Troopas here are going to be going into these 2 players holding the crossfire, you can see Fee's probably ready to pop flash off of this. Dasani, okay, well, I did not expect to see that, and Logic now is getting some kills. Songri's found the lurk. So now back to a 2v2. iPGN are making a good go at this just to try and stay alive here. The first gun round that they would be winning this entire half if they managed to do it. That's a good start. That's a good finish. Logic keeping his team alive here, finally coming online when they need him. I mean, I was a bit shocked, quite honestly. I mean, how? Fee just chucked a fragment grenade at main, and Jax just died. I guess he was just low on HP. Maybe it just happened to be that he was right in the center of that fragment grenade, right as it landed, which deals just so much more damage. I think it's like 60 damage or something ridiculous if you're in the center of that grenade. Maybe off the back of the Hunter's Fury, it was enough to take Jax down. So finally, iPGN having a round in reply. So now, you wait. Once again, the default creeping forward. Logic on top here. Bit of an off angle, but this curveball should clear him. Should they choose to go through here. There's Logic ready for it. You can see they just wait for the smoke to go down, and that's a kill going his way. The dash, the tailwind to get him out of there. It's a free one, and he escapes. What a play from Logic. First blood. Rewarded. And that's the plan for Koopa Troopas. Kind of foiled there. I thought they were going to try and flash through the smoke, but instead they wait. And it's to their detriment. Now maybe a little bit of mistimed utility with that dart cover and the dart. The fight in the smoke goes the way of Logic, and suddenly it's a 3v5.
30 seconds.
Jax here on site. It's been so good at holding these post plants, but this is the first time that we've seen iPGN with this sort of numbers advantage. What can they do about it? So many players ready to retake here. You can see Zongri's holding that lockdown, and the plant hasn't even gone down yet. So what's the play here? Art. He's gotten one. Jax as well, but traded by Fee.
Last player standing.
As yeah, this is kind of falling flat here. And yet, it's going to be a round one on time. Neuer, the only one remaining. Does iPGN take us one round closer? One round closer to an overtime. They're not done with this yet. They're finally fighting back here on their defense. Credit where credit's due. Koopa Troopers have done so well to even make a go at this comeback. It was 9-5 at the start of the half, but they strung, what was it? 8 rounds? Can I count? No, I think that's 7. I can count, guys. Don't worry about me. What a string of rounds from Koopa Troopers. It'd be such a shame here if they fell flat at the last moment, if they couldn't bring us over the line. Because they've done such a good job here. And I honestly think this deserves to go to a third map. With that tag going through, the Odin is going to be singing out. Now we see Chax over the top. The jet entry that happens so often. And Logic is there to cover. Logic has been so good in these last few rounds. Just to try and keep iPGN in this. Telecard will get that reclear. So low on HP. Just one more knife would have done it. Now the reclear of mid. Dasani left behind. See if he can make something out of this. Not really seeing anything though, and that deep smoke over towards market isn't going to be giving anything away. Especially because there's a Larbot there, so iPGN don't need to worry about it. So it's just going to be a re-hit here, and it's into 3 people.
30 seconds
You
left.
can see Alucard and Logic anchored here in Boathouse. So silence once more. This is a hit that will have to be fully committed. They will have to keep fighting until that timer expires. But will they be able to deal with these anchors on site? They've left it till so long. They're jumping out. They know that this player's here. The first falls. But can Logic deny this plant? He gets one, but the plant will go down as Neuer. He will fall. Art, last one left in it, and he's won it! 3 kills for Art. And 13-11. So close once again. How have they managed to do that? Koopa Troopers, in the final hour of Ascent, pull out the clutch and bring us all the way to a map 3 of Breeze. 13-11, so close. But this time, it's Koopa Troopers taking the map pick of iPGN. 13-11, both times. The map picks being traded. This is a game that's definitely deserving of a map 3, and you guys don't want to miss it. We'll be back soon after a short break, so go grab a drink, go grab a snack, and we'll be right back. We're going to be slowly creeping out. Dasani here should be making first contact as the wall drops. Snaps onto Regen, and another beautiful shot. Catching onto Cats. The third one in the round. 2 players, both of these are low. Both would fall to 1 bullet as Water takes them down. 2 body shots, 2 kills. They choose to contact into him. This could be dangerous, but Doctor's looking the wrong way. Finally turns at just the right moment, takes down August. Now sliding out through the screens with the stinger. The run and gun action, like I said. Look to the side, Shinobu's been taken down, overwhelmed by the utility from Zupa. Downtail though, 2 wonderful shots and a third. Taken down, massive effort on the site by Downtail. Opting to go for the information with the Owl drone instead, but Dasani, 2 crisp shots from the flank. Will convert the round for Zhugang, and it will be 6-6 at the half. Immediately popping the run back, and they're going straight through. Yeah, and Water should see this. The first found, a second, the spray transfer, peeking around the corner and finding a third. Water finding a ton of value off of the ultimate. Jin's been waiting here, extremely patient, now starting to move, and the timing is bad for him, as Yuji does manage to take him down, peeking forward with the util in hand. You go for a little bit more. This is still a 2v4, so not favored, but actually just ahead of the team. And now the showstopper for Dasani is going to be chasing them back. Won't connect, but now a 2v3. This is a more winnable situation than a 2v5. Also doesn't change that that's where it came from. Rossi over the top, Dasani plucks him out of the sky. Now position known. The grab net comes out, but it connects onto herself. Oh no. A little bit of a whiff from Dynasty, and it's 1v2, but they connect! How on earth have they done that? The spray transfer, Snappy with it, Dynasty wins the 1v2. Absolutely insane stuff after the absolute whiffing of that deadlock utility. Should hear the player rotating in from mid, and that should be a free kill. Rossi the first to fall. And now UG peeking forward, finds a second off the stun and a third. Really well played from UG. He just creeped all the way forward, heard the players, and they were just completely unaware. Second shot, the third, extremely clean. Brutal crossfire to get through. Sparta bang. I think he was spotted. The knife might come out. 75 damage, but he comes back in. No way. Sure, he's hungry for that ace. Haven't seen any just yet today, but I mean, he's peeking out. He gets 4, and he gets the ace. Dasani. Wary that there could be someone close. The Nightfall's going to be invested as well as potentially this lockdown. Doesn't connect on 20, but they didn't realize that Dasani was in the corner. He takes down 3. Dasani is taking his team over the line. Your winners for today will be XG. Hello and welcome back to Valorant Challenges Oceania. My name is Atlas, and this is map 3 of what has been a banger game so far, Koopa Troopas versus iPGN. It's been two 13-11 scorelines, with both teams taking each other's map picks, and now we're going all the way to Breeze, and oh gosh, looking at these comps being picked in here, it's gonna be a banger. Shax is on Reyna, Dasani is on Jet. We have a Harbor Viper coming out for Koopa Troopers. That's a whole lot of stuff to take in at once. I mean, it's going to be some explosive gameplay from Koopa Troopers, if I was to guess, as always. Whereas on the other side of things, iPGN possibly going to be seeing a main playing Yaru. So that's going to be an interesting one. I mean, main has been going absolutely insane this entire series. I mean, they were single-handedly bringing their team over the line on Sunset and still completely solid there on Ascent too, even though they didn't win it. This should be an absolute banger game here to finish us off here tonight. And of course, I mean, this is still group stages, so I believe no one's getting eliminated. No one's moving on just yet. This is still a middle stage game. So still definitely room for either of these teams to move forward into playoffs. They still have chances, but of course a win is a win, and one more any win is appreciated at any time for any team. Of course, it's Valorant. You gotta win if you want to get to the top. And for both these teams, I'm sure they are hungry for it after these, quite long slogs of the first two maps. So I imagine they will be doing their best here to bring themselves over the line. As honestly, Koopa Troopers, they've been a bit of a breath of fresh air, honestly, to watch. I mean, they've been doing absolutely insanely. And maybe we didn't expect them to see them do this well against iPGN. But here we are. We have loaded into the game. Just around here, it's going to be Koopa Troopers. Starting on the defense once again, just like Ascent. Whereas iPGN, the attacking side. And this actually might honestly be one of the last times we're seeing Breeze so far, because with the new update coming out, I don't actually know when the new map of Abyss is going to be released. I don't know if it will be in the competitive, not the competitive, but like the tier 2 map pool. I think there is a small break potentially, so we might not be seeing it for a little while, but at least for now, we're not going to be seeing too much more Breeze for the foreseeable future once those map changes come into play. Which I'm sure a lot of people will be grateful about. But here it is the decider, so here we will play. A little bit of a skirmish over towards A main. Koopa Troopers playing for some map control. And they will hold on to it for now. They know that no one's going to be close by. Dasani's just going to hold on to this, but main has been sneaking around. They're going to take this peek against Dasani. Some shots going to choke Dasani down. No kills ultimately going either way. It's finally, the hit's going to be going towards B. No one's there to respond, just Art to see the wall go up, block off that vision,
Spike planted.
and to hear that spike get planted.
Toxin screen down.
So we have to look to main, the backstab, but they've been taken out by Dasani. So now the retake in full force, going to be coming from the archers. Backers, as we like to call it here in Oceania.
Toxin screen down.
That's a good start for iPGN. Fianelu getting kills, 3 going the way of iPGN, bringing it to a 2v3. Art low on HP, and the backstab from Fee is so good. But Shax has been incredible this series, and he knows where these players are. This is such a hard crossfire to break, and Logic will finish it. iPGN finally getting another pistol here. I've lost count at this point, but it's been going back and forth. This is, if nothing else, has been incredibly close. A nail-biter till the very end on every single map. It seems to be that no matter who wins the pistol, the other team seems to somehow get ahead, and then, yeah, it all seems to go sideways. This time it will be iPGN pulling ahead. And it's Breeze. These long-range fights, so important, so we can see that in the investments. 3 Bulldogs, a Guardian, and a Sheriff. So plenty of weaponries brought into this. Whereas on the side of Koopa Troopers, not too much, just some classics and maybe a few Sheriffs, and well, it's an eco round. This sort of goofiness. I like to see it. I was saying this on the last map. I like to see some goofiness on the eco rounds. And I mean, that was certainly a goofy harbor wall we just saw. To try and take some A-main control. Didn't really result in too much. Now, well, Brock's gonna re-clear that alongside Art, and that's gonna result in a kill.
Planted.
Not really any guns to retrieve though. It's just the sheriff that was there. So, I mean, iPGN should still be looking just fine here. But a lot to do if they want to convert this, and it might just be honestly going for some exit frags. But with that being said, I believe they should be wanting to die here. Whether it be to the bomb or to some players. Of course, you don't really want to be giving those ult orbs across, so I think you can see them slowly creeping forward to the where the bomb is going to explode. So yeah, they won't be surviving. They won't be saving forward classics. That would be not a very great economic move. Yeah, here they go. Fall into the spike. As yeah, I was saying, I like to see some goofiness on the ecos, and honestly, it's rewarded Koopa Troopers in spades over on Sunset, map 1, which seems like so long ago at this point. It was, like, what, an hour and a half ago at this point? But, yeah, I like to see it, and you can kind of forgive it if they don't win. It's an eco at the end of the day, but if it does win, you know, it's very impressive.
Cutting through.
But here on Breeze, the guns are definitely very important with these long-range fights. Here we're seeing a very fast, aggressive take from iPGN, but Dasani shuts it down, taking out the counterpart jet of Logic. I've spoken quite a lot about here in this series. A little bit of an underwhelming performance so far. But here for Koopa Troopers, Shax and Dasani, having a great start to this gun round. Making sure that the bonus isn't going to have much of a chance of being converted, but with that being said, some damage going across. Onto Shax, who is now dreadfully low on HP, but of course it is Reyna. Has the ability to overheal straight back up if they do get a kill. Of course that won't quite be the case, at least not to the same degree as we're used to after the patch, but we're not playing with that update just yet, so I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. As this is looking to be fairly simply a Koopa Troopers round, unless Main and Alucard can do something crazy. And as I say that, Main snuck all the way up, and that should be a free kill. Another one as well. Neuer, not aware that there was a player pushed up. And neither was Art, to be fair, so suddenly down to a 2v3. This is more doable. Main's getting out of there. Gun collected, Vandal in hand, and all three players served on a platter. But with Shax going down, it's 2v2 and Dasani's low on HP. Main takes a swing, tucks back in, and Dasani, the last player, but a strut through the wall for Main. We'll convert it for iPGN. That's a bonus. Haven't seen many bonus conversions yet today. And to do it in a 2v5? Was that? Yeah, that was a 2v5. A 2v... There's no way. Wait, that's crazy. Main and Alucard doing absolutely insane stuff. Bringing their team back into things here on Breeze. No longer any arguments to be made about what's X team's map pick, so they should be favored. This is the decider. This is the map that both teams agreed is going to be kind of the middle ground. And so far, iPGN looking strong. It's still early days, but Main putting up this sort of performance on a duelist role. We can expect to see plenty more great moments like last round. Now once again left in this retake scenario, Koopa Troopers, I mean they only have sheriffs brought into this, so like I said, not too much to be expected here. I believe iPGN should be more than aware of this flank that should be coming in just a second. Well, Songri is going to be that first to take contact. A little fall to Shax, maybe unexpected. But like I said, this is just pistols at the end of the day, and Main is mopping up here. Looking for just that little bit extra. They do have their ultimate though, so they won't be the one to get the kill. It will go to Logic at the end of the day. It's fair enough. Min-maxing those ultimates. Could go for the clip, or you could go for the winning play, which is probably to make sure someone else on your team that doesn't have their ultimate gets that kill.
Right here. Right here.
Definitely something that's been more thought about in more recent times as Valorant has evolved. Is that thought being put towards the ultimate economy and when you should be going for orbs and when you should be, you know, biting the bullet and saying, I don't need that clip. I need to win the game, and giving your teammate the kill. It's Tasani, he's gotten a great opener here with the operator. But now with this Hunter's Fury, it's off the back of the dimensional drift. That doesn't reward with any kills, and Tasani's gotten another one with the operator. And this is the Tasani that I wanted to see. We saw flashes of it in map 1 and 2. But nothing quite like vintage Tasani that I'm used to. He's gotten 2 kills on the round so far. The only one left on site can do anything against this hit.
Welcome
I say hit, but it's more like a slow creep forward now with the Viper's Pit. And Songri's gotten one down mid, but quickly traded by Chax. So this retake has a chance to go ahead. It's against the pit, but numbers in the favor, but that's just a stray shot that Fee's just gotten onto Dasani. But again, still numbers. 1v2. They can go together. They can make a good go of this. Fee's playing outside the pit. But here's the cove. The pit drops. And Fee's gotten the first. But half on the defuse, and Neuer peeking out, unable to convert. Fee with the 1v... What was it? 1v2? 1v3? A clutch at the end of the day, and again, just in these crucial moments, iPGN is finally winning out. 5 rounds, and now for the first time we're seeing a timeout for Koopa Troopers. Brock calling the breaks. There's no coach here for Koopa Troopers. They're on their own, recognizing that something's not going right. So many rounds here coming down to just 1v1s, situations that, I mean, in that round, sure they're up against the Viper's Pit, but maybe you'd expect them to be favored with the numbers. Maybe unlucky it doesn't go their way. So if I call a pause, have a little talk. I mean, it's 5-0. This is probably the biggest gap in the score that we've seen possibly the whole series, but, you know, still definitely plenty of rounds here for Koopa Troopers to make a comeback into this. Who knows, maybe they'll win the next 7 and we'll be talking about how crazy good this timeout was. I believe they might have to do it on an eco round, judging by the fact that Neuer is holding a sheriff though. So we will see. The timeout ends, and yep, this one's an eco. By PGN. Things are looking very, very solid. I think no matter what the result is here on Breeze, I think Koopa Troopers will be happy with what they've been able to show here today. Of course, be even sweeter if they could manage to get a win. I've seen a lot of these early harbor walls just to try and claim some space and put some pressure on the attack. But there's not much behind it this round. There's actually just some mid-aggression. Asani going up over the top, looking to fight down mid. Won't really get too much. But now he's going to connect onto Songri.
I know exactly where you are.
Songri wins the fight. So walking all the way down halls, and that gives the neural theft. So now Brock is in a world of trouble. Revealed, surrounded, dead. So now, like I said, this is an eco round, so we can't expect too much, but this is looking grim. This should be 6 rounds here for iPGN. Yep, Songri. What a round on Cypher. Looking all the way forward. Getting so much information for his team. And I love that they're willing to invest the Cypher ultimate there. It's such a cheap one. One of the few 6-cost ults left in the game. So you may as well use it when you get it, even if it's against an eco round. You can see off the back of it. What is Brock meant to do, right? He's kind of in the open on the A site. Where does he hide? Nowhere. There's nowhere to hide. So a quick conversion there for iPGN. Really well played. Now with the guns online, Dasani once again, he's been so good with the operator, but we just haven't been able to see them convert any of these rounds. He's holding a tight angle, and the owl drone will spot him out. 1 for 1. 2 for 2, sorry. Over in halls. Rock holding it down. 2 on the round. Dasani taking a further back angle. Maybe looking to rotate here. After all, that is where this team is going. And Sangri once again walking up halls. Punishing the fact that Koopa Troopers don't have that sentinel. Don't have any information. And Sangri once again is ripping through this defense. And he knows that this A site's clear. So he's going to call Alucard all the way back as Art. I mean, did a great job of anchoring down that B site. Getting that 1 kill, but now left in this 1v2. What do you do? What are the options? You have to go for it. Does Art expect Sangri in this corner?
Spike planted.
Will he clear it? As he creeps forward. No way the gun barrel's going to be shown. He has to hard clear it, but he's just walking past, and Sangri, another triple kill. 7-0 now to iPGN. This is dominance here on Breeze. And they're looking good so far. So what can they do? Koopa Troopers just, yeah, kind of left in a hard place here, having to force up the Guardians. This will be even more rough if they don't convert this one. Investing everything that's left. Just hoping that they can start clawing their way back into this defensive half, and it's aggression that's the answer. It's the aggression that's the choice, but it's just not working out. They're just contacting forward, choosing to fight. It's not giving them anything. Now Dasani should be able to let his team know that the spike's going down on A, but it's only him and Shax left in this, and with Shax picking up logic, suddenly a little bit more of a chance here as Dasani's spotted a few. Knows that main's still all the way there in cave, and Shax might have a chance of this alongside Dasani. They're separated at the moment though. So they just have to fight this together. Dasani is going to be taking contact, but just the crossfire. Main and Fee playing off each other so well. Up 8-0 here. I mean, fortunately for Koopa Troopers, the light shields are keeping them alive in this as far as the buy goes. But this might be the last one we're seeing here. They'll have to certainly eco after this. You'd expect at least. But if they don't win this, I mean, that's assuming they lose. I mean, at this point, even I'm a little bit mentally boomed here after 8 rounds in a row from iPGN. Like, this is just dominance so far. Now they're changing up the pace, but Dasani is not having any of it. It's been so good here. And finally, Koopa Troopers fight back. Art and Dasani finally finding their mark on this contact push. They found the spike as well, so no secret lurks this time. You know where the objective is. You just have to hold on to it. So what can Fee do? Peeking out, finds the first, spots the second. 1v4 to a 1v3, but Brock creeping down halls. Finally around on the board for the Koopa Troopers. And if they can maybe bring this up to 4, maybe there's a chance. I mean, this is a very aggressive comp at the end of the day. Like, you don't have a Sentinel, you got double Duelist, double Smokes, the Swamp comp, with Viper and Harbor. Can cause a lot of pressure on their attack, but you lack that stopping power that's so important here on Breeze defense. Interestingly enough, they did choose to start on the defense, so you gotta wonder what the choice was there with this comp. Of course, you don't know the inner workings of the team. It's all ultimately up to them at the end of the day. Sani with another opening though, so maybe a chance at this, but Logic has picked up an operator.
Spike
Found
planted.
Neuer peeking down halls. Now with this Viper's Pit potentially going to be popped once again. Maybe to deny entrance into A main.
Not enough fuel.
Being spotted. Dasani knows that there's people close, and now the Hunter's Fury. Now trying to collapse onto this. The retake attempt. Blind op shot through the smoke, but the flank's been dealt with, and time is ticking. Troopers have left this till so late, and well, it's up to 9 rounds now for iPGN. I mean, let's look at the positives here. This is the iPGN that we were probably expecting. We were expecting them to be good. And now we're finally starting to see it, where all of these players are starting to find their impact. And on the other side of things, it's rough. I mean, Noi had such a good map too on Killjoy, but now in the harbor, definitely struggling. And it's 1 and 9. And what are the options here? Vipe's pit to hold on to A. You can see Main's feeling confident. Wants to potentially fight forward, but Brock taking the timing. Peeks out of the pit. Is rewarded with a kill. And droning back over to re-clear out mid. It's a good start. But iPGN just been so good here on this attack side. Really exploiting the fact that Koopa Troopers don't have a sentinel, like I was saying. So many rounds where Songri just walked forward in halls, got so much space for free. That iPGN were able to capitalize off. But here, with one of their players dying, they will have to do a little bit more here against the numbers advantage and against this ultimate. He's going to be creeping up into mid now. Logic spotted. Dasani sending a knife into his chest. So the dash is expended. Possibly hard as well. A bit of information given away. So now they should know that this hit is going towards the A site. Nart's found the first, holding on to this Viper's pit. The plant will still go down. It's placed towards defender spawn, so that's where they will be playing. Dasani is here, but does he expect Songri to be pushed all the way forward? Shax does. This is a good way for this retake to start. The Logic with the operator is holding on to things. And Elu knows that Art's been waiting in this pit, waiting for the time to strike. And with Shax dying, Eligard knows that Art has to make the play. Calls the timing perfectly to bring iPGN. I'm losing my voice, jeez. Up to 10 rounds. I mean, yeah, Koopa Troopers maybe just running out of steam here. I mean, it was so close to maps 1 and 2, but this is just the complete opposite. Domination here on Breeze. Now in the final round of this half, I mean, even the buy's not good. 1 full rifle, a Bulldog, a Sheriff, Guardian, and a Marshal. Whole slew of weapons, but what can they do with it? Art's here. Just gonna put a snake bite down at their feet. Pushed back by the drone. And, well, iPGN then is running straight through everything. The Hunter's Fury to bring down Art. Just the Sheriff player, but still the numbers at the end of the day. Shax has gotten one, so that's a good start. 2-pronged flank of Shax and Dasani. It's all falling apart here. 111, almost flawless at the half. iPGN
switching sides.
Showing that they're here to play, showing why they're the highest seed here on Breeze, and it's beautiful to watch, but also tragic. In Koopa Troopers, after fighting through map 1, barely losing it, to claw back Ascent. Just for this to happen, I mean, you gotta feel for them. But for iPGN, maybe a sigh of relief that we are still that team. We can still compete. We're still one of the top dogs in this region. And, well, maybe a little bit of a warning card to teams in the future who go against them to maybe ban Breeze. Maybe don't play them here. Because they are looking absolutely incredible. Now as we swap the sides, I mean, it's the age-old caster favorite to say it starts with a pistol, but never more true than now, but with that being
Spike
said,
down
Alucard's
A.
just dropped the spike over towards the A site. And so many players of Koopa Troopa ended up fighting up towards B. A little bit of a fake, but just IPGN not biting on any of it. Brock's found a good luck though, so options here as they pick up the spike. Maybe to move back towards the A site. Maybe retake that bit of map control that they lost. Because after all, I mean, with so much space lost on B, these players could be anywhere. With that dart probably revealing that they are going towards the A site. That's where it is. That's where this round will end. The Koopa Troopers have managed to claw this back towards their favor.
30 seconds
Brock,
left.
man at mid, he's really managed to salvage this round as he
enemy
peeks
remaining.
forward. Gets the headshot. Noya will finish it off. There's only one more player sitting in main. Songri. The lurking Cypher was so good on their attacker side, but can't win the clutch this time. As Koopa Troopers managed to get the pistol, so maybe a tiny chance that they might be able to get back into this. Like I was saying, all starts with a pistol. You can see it. They're investing so much into this. 3 Vandals, an Outlaw, and a Bulldog. They know that if they want any chance of this, you gotta get all the weaponry you can get. Almost treat it like you have to win. Almost treat it like your opponents are on 12, right? You have to win every single round. There's no room for error. And even though you might say, sure, there's one round. No, there's not. You gotta have the mentality that you have to win everything. You're making a good go at it. Dasani with the entry. Coming out of halls. A great split push. He's gotten one with the classic. So is Logic. This has gone terribly wrong. A thrifty round.
Thrifty.
How have IPGN managed to do that?
Match point.
It was such a good start. And I thought they would have such a good hit of that side, but all of a sudden the sheriffs and the marshal from IPGN crushed the dreams of Koopa Troopers in this series. It might end up being that this is just a stomp at the end of the day. No money left in the bank for Koopa Troopers after that. You can see spending everything down to 200 credits for so many players and only sheriffs to show for it. They're just gonna send it B here. But with main pushing down, this might be it for Koopa Troopers. This might be the end of our series here today. As IPGN are mowing them down, but Brock might still have something to say in this series. It's not gonna be it. IPGN are your winners today. 2-1 victory over Koopa Troopers. It's close. It's so close. Until it wasn't. But well played from Koopa Troopers still to give us that series. At least on those first 2 maps where it was so exciting. And even though it maybe falls apart a little bit at the end, still, I think Koopa Troopers have some stuff to be proud of. And yeah, overall, I'd say it was an awesome series still. Still plenty of fun moments. And for now, we're going to go to a break, but we should be back with an interview with one of the iPGN players. We'll see if there's any around. But for now, we're going to go to a quick break. We may or may not be right back. We're going to be slowly creeping out. Dasani here should be making first contact as the wall drops. Snaps onto Regen and another beautiful shot. Catching onto Cats. The third one in the round. 2 players, both of these are low. Both would fall to 1 bullet as Water takes them down. 2 body shots, 2 kills. They choose to contact into him. This could be dangerous, but Doctor's looking the wrong way. Finally turns at just the right moment, takes down August. Now sliding out through the screens with the stinger. The run and gun action, like I said. Look to the side, Shinobu's been taken down, overwhelmed by the utility from Zupa. Downtail though, 2 wonderful shots and a third. Taken down, massive effort on the site by Downtail. Opting to go for the information for the Owl Drone instead, but Dasani, 2 crisp shots from the flank. Will convert the round for Zoogang, and it will be 6-6 at the half. Immediately popping the run back, and they're going straight through. Yeah, Water should see this. The first found, a second, the spray transfer, peeking around the corner and finding a third. Water finding a ton of value off of the ultimate. Jin's been waiting here, extremely patient, now starting to move, and the timing is bad for him, as Yuji does manage to take him down, peeking forward with the util in hand. You go for a little bit more. This is still a 2v4, so not favored, but actually just ahead of the team, and now the showstopper for Dasani is going to be chasing them back, won't connect, but now a 2v3. This is a more winnable situation than a 2v5. Also doesn't change that that's where it came from. Rossi over the top, Dasani plucks him out of the sky. Now position known, the grab net comes out, but it connects onto herself. Oh no. A little bit of a whiff from Dynasty, and it's 1v2, but they connect! How on earth have they done that? The spray transfer, Snappy with it, Dynasty wins the 1v2. Absolutely insane stuff after the absolute whiffing of that deadlock utility. Should hear the player rotating in from mid, and that should be a free kill. Rossi the first to fall. And now Yuji peeking forward, finds a second off the stun and a third. Really well played from Yuji. He just creeped all the way forward, heard the players, and they were just completely unaware. Second shot, the third, extremely clean. Brutal crossfire to get there, Spada bang. I think he was spotted. The knife might come out, 75 damage, but he comes back in. No way! Sure he's hungry for that ace. Haven't seen any just yet today, but I mean, he's peeking out. He gets 4, and he gets the ace. Dasani. Wary that there could be someone close. The Nightfall's going to be invested as well as potentially this lockdown. Doesn't connect on 20, but they didn't realize that Dasani was in the corner. He takes down 3. Dasani is taking his team over the line. Your winners for today will be XG.